Good afternoon, St. Hope. My name is Kevin and I'm part of a research team from NYU, here to learn how 8th graders like yourselves make high school decisions. Now, you're one of the very few schools selected for this study, and I'm thrilled and excited to be here this afternoon to talk to you about high schools. But first, before we get started, does anyone remember that big high school directory book that you guys got at the beginning of the school year? It has a similar front page like this. All right, fantastic. That book is chock full of information, and sometimes that information can be a bit too much. So I'm here today to show you a tool that we've designed at NYU, hopefully to make everyone's life a bit easier, from you and your parents to everyone involved in the high school process. But first, before we get started with the lesson, I would ask that everyone please raise your hands. I'm going to be asking a few questions, and if you could raise your hands, that'd be much appreciated. Now, what are some things, for you guys thinking about high school, or maybe this is the first time some of you have thought about high school decision choices? What are you guys looking for in a high school? I see one hand up. Thank you. All right. Art department. Fantastic. Sports. All right, take one more. Ooh, strong English department. Now let me ask you guys this. Do you guys want to spend a long time or a short time commuting to schools on a subway or bus? Do you want to spend 60 minutes or 90 minutes on a subway or bus? No, right? So would you guys want a long or short commute time? Very good. So I heard someone say short commute time. Okay. Now at the end of high school, you want to graduate, and a graduation rate tells us how many students at the end of those 4 years graduated from high school. Now, would you want a school with a high or low graduation rate? I see a hand up. High, very good. So you're looking for a school with a high graduation rate. Now, our team at NYU has developed this fast fact sheet here to help you out, as a supplement to the directory in order to make the information more accessible and easy to read. Now, this fast fact sheet contains 30 high schools that are 45 minutes or less from our current middle school location, which is St. Hope Leadership Academy. Now, before I pass it out to everyone, I just want to go over it very quickly and to show everyone the 6 categories there. So the first column, we have school name. Obviously, self-explanatory. Next, we have the borough that school is located in. Now, St. Hope is currently in Manhattan, and you'll see that some schools, like University Heights Secondary School, is in the Bronx. And you're thinking to yourself, I don't want to travel all the way up to the Bronx. But since this sheet was created for schools that are 45 minutes or less, it will actually take you 45 minutes or less to get to University Heights Secondary School. Now, that could be because there could be an express train or an express bus around St. Hope that'll get you up to University Heights Secondary School in 45 minutes or less, which is pretty cool. Next, we have the graduation rate. And I mentioned graduation rate when we talked briefly at the beginning of the lesson. Graduation rate is the amount of people that graduate, the amount of students that graduate after the 4 years of high school. Now, let's say we have Kevin's high school, my made-up high school, which has 10 students. And let's say 7 of them graduate. That would give my high school a graduation rate of 70%. Now let me ask you guys this, and I want to see hands. How many students would need to graduate in order for my graduation rate at Kevin's high school to be 80%? I see some hands. 8. Very good. So 8 graduate for 80%. Very good, class. Now, every school on this list has a graduation rate of 70% or higher, and that's either the same as or above the average of the borough of your high school. And since we're here in Manhattan, Manhattan currently has a graduation rate of 68%. So as you can see, all the schools on these lists have a 70% or higher, so we're above the average on all these schools. Next, we have minutes by MTA. And like I said before, all 30 schools on this list, it'll take you 45 minutes or less via subway or bus. And another key point from St. Hope here, this school, 45 minutes or less to get to. Next, you'll see page number. And what page number tells you is what page on that directory, the New York City High School Directory, what page number we can find out information such as, do they have an art department? What's their sports teams like? Do they have some maybe advanced placement classes for a strong English department? We can find out all those things on the page number listed on this column. And finally, we have admissions methods. You're probably thinking to yourself, what does admissions method mean? Well, first off, admissions method means that for all of these programs listed, what you would need, admissions means what you would need to get into that program. And to make your life to try and make your life even more simpler, if you turn to the back of your fast fact sheet, we have listed all the different admissions method in the New York City High School public school system. So first you have the method. So you have audition, screen, education option, screen language, limited unscreened, zoned, and unscreened. Next you have a description of each and an important column, what do I need to do, basically tells you what you need to do in order to get into the school. So if everyone looks at screened, so taking screen for an example, you can see the students are ranked based off their 7th grade math, ELA test scores, grades, or attendance. And schools, in addition, may ask you for additional criteria, such as an interview or an essay. Now, the second sheet I'm going to hand out is titled Fast Facts Screened Language. Now, these are for students who may be new to the United States and where English isn't their first language. So, for instance, I have a few cousins who are from Bangladesh, and English is not their first language, but Bengali is. So, looking over at this list, I see, hey, there's Bengali. Bronx Bridges High School, could be a good fit for my cousins who are new to the country, new to English, and it might help them in their transition. So I'm going to ask your teacher, Miss Stephanie, to give me a hand passing out these sheets, and then we're going to go over them. You're going to take a minute, and then we're going to go over them. So Miss Stephanie, if you can give me a hand passing them out, thank you. All right, I see everyone reviewing them. Very good. Very good. Clap once if you guys can hear me. Clap twice if you guys can hear me. Very good. All right, guys, let's go over this together. Let's go over this sheet together. Now, can everyone find the Bronx Latin School? Everyone put your thumbs on it, thumbs up, and then put the school on it. Bronx Latin? Fantastic. Now, can anyone tell me what borough this school is in? Aha, it's in the Bronx. But as we can see, can anyone tell me how many minutes by MTA this will take? 27 minutes. Fantastic. So from St. Hope, even though this school is in the Bronx, it'll take only 27 minutes to get there. And like I said, that could be due to the fact that maybe there is an express bus or an express train via the MTA that can get you guys there very quickly. Now let's take a look at the graduation rate. Can someone tell me the graduation rate for Bronx Latin? 89%. So that what tells us that almost it's even beating Kevin's high school graduation rate. So that means that close to 9 students per 10 are graduating Bronx Latin, which is very high. Next, can someone tell me what page number I could find out if Bronx Latin has an art department or sports teams? Very good, guys. Thank you for raising your hands. Page 60. All right, so we can find out more information about Bronx Latin in your New York City High School Directory if we turn to page 60. Now let's talk about admissions method. Can someone tell me what admissions method Bronx Latin uses in order to get in? Yes, this thing called Lim Unscreen. Thank you. And if we turn to the back of our sheet, we will see that Lim Unscreen stands for Limited Unscreen. So now let's see how Limited Unscreen operates. So priority is given to students who attend a school information session or open house or visit the school's high school fair. Students must sign in to these events in order to receive admissions priority. Fantastic. Now what do you actually need to do? Find out how the school awards admissions priority, like attending an info session or open house. Be sure to sign in for that event. Basically, you want credit for being there. And find out whether students in your borough or school district receive priority admissions. Now, at this time, does anyone have any questions? Okay, good. So let's talk about the actual admissions process itself. I do apologize. Before I forget, now does anyone see a school on our list that doesn't have a graduation rate? Yes. Now, what this means, the first one that we see, if everyone could find the special music school, everyone's found that school, and you could see that the graduation rate, it says new. Now, what that means is that this school, as stated here, is new, and they don't have a graduating class as of yet, but currently they are projected to be 70% or better based on their first graduating class. Does everyone understand that? Fantastic. Now let's move on to the actual application itself. Now, does anybody know how many high school programs you can actually apply to on your New York City high school application? Guys, you guys are doing an excellent job raising your hand, and I thank you for that. Someone says 5. Oh, 10. All right, fantastic. Now, actually, you guys can apply to up to 12 New York City high school programs. Now I'm going to give you an example as to why 12 is important. Think about the fact that, let's say, M&Ms are my favorite candy. Let's say, sorry, fumbling around, too much stuff in my hand, guys. So let's say I have a bowl of M&Ms in my hand, and my favorite M&Ms is blue. Now, I like blue M&Ms. I want to pick them out of this bowl. Now, if I give you 5 chances or 12 chances to reach in and get as much blue M&Ms as possible, what are you going to do? Obviously, you're going to pick the 12 times to try to get your favorite candy. And it's the same thing that happens here. So think about the fact that, think about applying to 12 of those schools as a more likely chance for you to get one of the schools that you want. Also, let's think about it like this. Another example, let's say you would apply to only 5 of the schools. Let's say the first school is really popular and fills up very quickly, unfortunately. The second school, let's say, is a academically selective school, is a screened high school, and screened according to our admissions method says students are ranked by the school based on their 7th grade math and ELA test scores, grades, and or attendance. Now let's say a lot of students did better than you on those tests that applied to this school, and unfortunately you're not accepted to that school. So we move on to your third choice. Now the third choice is a limited unscreened school. And as we discussed earlier, limited unscreened means that students are given priority who attend an open house or visit the school at a fair. Now let's say you stay up late watching a movie, and unfortunately you sleep in and you miss it, and your third school, unfortunately, once again, rejects your application. And by the time we get to your 4th and your 5th school, they're already filled, and you have to wait till round 2 to apply, and there aren't that many good schools, and there aren't that many schools left for you to apply to the second time around, and you're not given one of your top choices. So the point I'm trying to drive home is that you want to apply to to 12 schools in your application because it gives you the